What's going on, Pedro? Pedro, how are you, man?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing well. How's fight week going so far here in Miami?
Oh, great. Actually, it's the first time that I'm fighting in the same city that I live. Been living here in my South Florida the last 7 years. So it's definitely something really good that you don't have to travel. You just stay local at your city and get to do what I love to do.
Yeah, and we've heard fighters over the years. Some of them seem to like fighting at home, like in their home area. Other ones don't like it. It kind of feels weird to them. So you're obviously on board with this.
I like it. I like fighting. I fought in São Paulo. I think it was 3 or 4 UFCs. I fought in LA. I used to live in LA too. So it's really nice to be able to fight in the city that you're living and get the crowd hyped up, giving a little support. It's always nice.
This is a pretty big event, obviously a stacked card. This matchup with Phillips, I guess, what do you feel like it means to you in your career?
Oh, it means a lot. It means everything. I'm ready, hungry. I've been training with the best for the last few years, fighting the best fighters the UFC has been offering me. Never decline any fight. So my next challenge is Phillips, and I'll be ready to give him my all and take this victory Saturday night.
Was he somebody that was, on your radar at all when you were looking for a fight? Is he somebody you saw yourself fighting next?
No, not really. I was just trying to improve myself, my skills. See, the last fight against Chito, I thought I did a pretty good job. First and second round. Third round, he kind of landed like more jabs and stuff like that for the fact he's a little longer, so able to go back and see all the mistakes and just get better.
That was a really close fight. When you went back and watched it, did you feel like you had done enough to win?
I think I did a really good job. I thought, and many people thought that I won the first and the second round. It was close, but I have a little more volume than Chito. But at the end of the day, that's the judges that call the fight, and so be it.
Yeah, and I guess, is there any sort of silver lining that you can pull out of that where it's like, hey, the guy that I just had a very close fight with, that some people thought I beat him, he's fighting for the title next, so does it give you that sort of encouragement?
Same thing that happened with Sean O'Malley. I won the first round, and then when I got hurt, it was, I think, 15 or 20 seconds left to the second round. So that round, I thought I was doing a pretty good job too, pressuring him, and he was not able to do anything with me. So it's, both of the guys, Chito and Sean.
Having fought them both, who are you taking in the main event?
They're really good. They're both really good fighters. A little bit different technique. One's more skilled, the other one's more durable. That's gonna be a tough fight and a very interesting fight to watch. But I'm rooting for Chito.
Pedro, over here, other side. At this point in your career, do you watch much tape on your opponents to prepare for them specifically, or have you seen so much that you kind of know what's coming from everyone?
No, I do. My coaches, they're the ones that see more than I do, and we talk a lot about strategy, playing, and things like that. But me and myself, I like to watch some of the stuff, some of the clips, just to make sure nothing will surprise me and things like that. But my coaches, they're the one that do this job better.
So when you're watching Kyler, does he present any issues that you haven't really faced before in the octagon?
Not facing, like, nothing that I didn't face before. He's good, upcoming fighter. He likes to fight. And that's a characteristic that I have in my style too. Every time I step in the octagon, it's I step in there to fight, and I see some of that on him too, which made me excited and to be like a good fight Saturday night.
And do you feel like sort of the forgotten man in the division when they're talking about title opportunities and everything? Because if you look at the greatest bantamweights of all time, you've pretty much fought in all of them, including some of the guys that aren't even in the UFC anymore. So when people are fantasy matchmaking this division, do you feel like they're kind of overlooking you a lot?
I don't think so. I got a lot of good fights, a lot of big fights, and definitely. It's a lot of fighters out there. They are a couple fights that I was very close to be the next contender, kind of lose over decision. One's against Frankie, which thought I was a little bit too. And the other one, a few years ago against Aljamain Sterling, there was 2 fights that we knew there was like a title eliminator there. So no, I think that Sean Shelby, he's always pretty fair, and we talk, and and I've been as a top 10 for the last 6-7 years. So it's that kind of fight that I get is always somebody between top 5, top 10. And yeah, man. So it's just part of my story in UFC. I fought many former champions and guys that now is fighting for the title. But I see a lot of my skills too. It was a very close fight. So yeah, I'm just excited to keep growing and to keep proving to myself that I can be right there with the best fighters in the world.
Over here, Pedro. Considering that Kyler is an up-and-coming fighter, as you yourself said, and that he's won 4 of his last 6 fights, including a win against Song Yadong, who's right now ranked number 7 in the bantamweight division. Kyler is younger and he has better reach, but you have much more experience. So what do you think will weigh more at the moment of the fight, his length and his age, or your experience and having fought most of the best fighters in the division?
Yeah, there's definitely two good things that you say right now, but I'm so used to it to fight guys like long, skinny, long reach, and him himself likes to come forward too. So I think it's gonna be a good opportunity, and my experience, like you said, is something that it's gonna weigh a little heavy in this fight.
Obrigado.